Good morning, everybody. Thank you for watching my channel, subscribing to the channel, and I truly thank you for all your love, support, encouragement that you guys have sent me from the beginning. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to do a small update for my dad, just so you are on the same page, because I like everybody to be on the same page, so nothing is shocking to anybody. So, um, on Tuesday, my dad and I went. His PCP ordered an injection for my dad to hopefully stop him from doing the itchy scratchy show because it's just been unbearable. I have tried everything that they have suggested, dermatology, his PCP. I've there's a few things that you guys have suggested, like the calamine lotion, and a few. I can't remember the other name of the um, stuff that you had said. I've tried a few of that. I've tried oatmeal baths. I've tried basically almost everything now. I'm at my wits end. So but I have to be really careful because my dad has very sensitive skin now. Um, when I was growing up, I don't remember his skin being so sensitive, but now it's ultra sensitive. I can't even wash my clothes on the same day as his clothes, or the day after. And I can't wash his clothes the day after I wash my clothes, for fear of um, my soap, my laundry detergent accidentally meshing with his laundry detergent, and it gets on his clothes. So I don't wash, you know, the same days. So let's just say Monday I wash my clothes. Then I won't wash my dad's clothes until Wednesday, because I want that day in between to make sure the washing machine is aired out, the dryer is aired out. Like I said, for fear of the itchy scratchy show. So anyway, so we went on Tuesday and we got his injection, and we both got our flu shots done as well. Excuse me. So, and we are on, so Tuesday, Wednesday, day 2 after injection. And has it helped? Kinda, sorta. He's still doing the itchy scratchy show. I I know my dad's tired of scratching. I'm tired of him scratching. He's tired of me telling him to stop scratching, and I get it. I really do. But what else can I do? I have to tell him to stop, or he'll continue. And most of his t-shirts that he has, because I have a whole new stack. I don't know if you can see, but excuse me, I have a whole new stack right there. Nope, that right there on the couch. Sorry, it sucks. Right there. There's a whole new stack of t-shirts right there. Brand spanking new, blood free, because all of the t-shirts that my dad has worn through this whole episode, all of his t-shirts are stained with blood, and I cannot use bleach because my dad will break out. So I am like soaking the t-shirts before I wash. I soak them. I kind of scrub them with the brush that I have, and then I throw them in. Do they get it all out? No, because I can't use bleach. Um, I would love to use borax, but that's not going to work either. He'll break out. So I sent an email out to my siblings for supplies that I was starting to run low on, and I asked for 2 things. One, some t-shirts, very thin t-shirts that my dad could wear once he's done with this episode. And I asked for 2 pairs of shorts that come below the knee. So my dad is currently wearing basketball shorts, but because for some reason they kind of right up in the middle where his crotch is from his knee, he's uncomfortable and he starts scratching because it heats up. I get it. And plus they're polyester and that retains the heat. I need something to expel the heat. So cotton, anything cotton. So I just got his shorts in yesterday. I ordered them because nobody fessed up to those. So I ordered 2 long yoga pants for him. Genie pants, I call them, because that's basically what it's going to look. But I don't care. As long as I can get my dad to feel comfortable in them, I'm okay. So, anywho, so Monday we have a video appointment with his PCP to do a follow up, one from the hospital to see how he's doing. And I'm like, sure. I don't know how I'm going to do a video call with my dad because my dad's really not, isn't always there. And that's perfectly fine. I don't mind doing the whole video call. I am going to set it up for it when we're both sitting in front of the camera so he can at least see my dad and I can show him. I mean, I send pictures. I mean, I take pictures every other day to show the progress. And then I forward it over to the doctors because they need to make sure they see what is going on with my dad. Because again, it's only a video call. You can see, but you can't touch and you can't do anything. So it is what it is. So, I'll follow up to that. I'll do a follow up video for that appointment. So, and now we are back to his toe. So, for those who don't know, my dad has had all of his toes amputated on his right leg. It was a long, horrible process, but my dad healed pretty well and pretty quick. So, the middle of June, my dad had an appointment with podiatry, and at that point, and that was a follow up to his toes being amputated, the rest of his 4 toes to be amputated on his right leg. So his greater toe or big toe was amputated in 2023, the beginning of 2023, and my dad's toes, the remainder of his 4 toes, were amputated at the beginning of 2024. So my dad, and this was around April, March. At the end of March, my dad had his toes amputated, so in April, because my sister cared for him, because I left to go home to see my husband. I was trying to do everything so nobody would have anything to do. Excuse me. So we saw the doctor in June. And prior to that, I noticed a little red dot on his toe. And I showed the doctor. And he said, keep an eye on it just to make sure. And I go, oh, of course. Not a problem. Well, 2 weeks after that appointment, my dad had what we call the black dot. So here's your toe. So right here, just on the top layer of the skin, down maybe a few layers of skin, was a black dot. Now, I already know what that is. I already know what that means. So, I'm like, this is just great. Here we go, round 3. Toe, round 3. So I made another file that says toe, dad's toe, number 3. Because everything was separate. So we had another appointment after that, and end of July, we had another appointment with podiatry. And he's like, he looks at me, I look at him, and I just put my hands up like, okay. But he took the top layer. He said it's not very deep. Let's just keep an eye on it. Do your normal routine for him, and we'll see what happens. You know, call me and let me know what happens. I said, sure, no problem. So 2 weeks later, it's getting darker and darker and darker. And my dad was admitted to the hospital. They're all, does he have any other wounds? And I'm like, right here on his big toe. Guys are going to do something or not? They didn't want to touch it because he was already under the care of podiatry, and they didn't want to have to they wanted to deal with my dad's skin condition right then and there. And I get it. I really do. So we are now in August. So Monday, I was changing the dressing, and Lord and behold, I get that lovely, lovely gangrene smell. So, and I already knew it was gangrene. We already knew it was gangrene. So here we are, taking photos, going back to taking photos, you know, as the progression. I take the photos about it every other day and send him off to the podiatry so he could follow his care. He, you know, because that way, I mean, he can't physically be here every day, so he can at least see the progression of what is going on. So I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm going home in 40 days. Do I leave my sister, my older sister, who hasn't really dealt with the toe like that? Do I leave this mess for her? Or do I clean it up and just continue to bandage until the physician, tell the podiatrist not to do anything until I get back? My sister doesn't have a strong stomach. I do. So I'm kind of in a catch-22. I have 40 days. I want to go home. And if she can just change the bandage, I mean, we're talking 2 weeks here. Just a 2 week, I'm out of here for a couple weeks just so I can see my husband. Or am I forced to cancel my trip and deal with my dad's toe? Now, I called him. My sister and I had a very long conversation, and she prefers that I do it when I get back. And I'm okay with that. As long as the doctor agrees, I'm okay with it. So I will just continue to clean, bandage, and address the issue as I go along. We do have an appointment with him, with the podiatrist on the 20th of next month, and I will do a follow-up to that. So, because my main concern is when my dad had his first toe, his big toe amputated in 2022. He ended up with the PICC line because he not only were they not on top of it, and I was changing, dressing, putting medication on, everything that they were telling me to do. Not only did they not really address it very well, my dad ended up with a PICC line for 3 months. Now, though it helped and it was great, I do not want to have my dad on a PICC line. He was very uncomfortable. For those of you who don't know, a PICC line goes through here and ends up right in here somewhere, and the needle's about this long. So, yeah, no, I'm trying to avoid that by all means. It was horrible. I mean, my younger sister were here. She lived with us for about 6 months. It was great. and she really helped a lot because it was horrible. It was horrible. My dad fell, broke his hip, had the replacement, and then we're dealing with that. He healed. My dad healed pretty well, and then all of a sudden we're right into the toe. So it it was a major disaster. So for about a year, or 9 months, I should say, for about 9 months, my sister was here away from her husband. And I have to say thank you to her. I have to say thank you to her husband for, because that's a long time. I mean, I'm here, I've been here for 4 years, and it's hard. Trust me. I go home twice a year, so it's very difficult. So, um, so now I'm faced with the dilemma. I'm gonna have to wait until I get back because I really want to go see my husband. Um, I'm sure I'm sure my sister can deal with bandaging if I explain it to her correctly and show her how to bandage, um, how to dress, how to put the dressing on the foot. I think she can hang it. I'm going to tell the doctor, hey, I'm going to be home on this date. If you want to do the surgery this day, or this day, let's get him in and let's do it. My dad, because my dad is kind of fighting. He's like, no one's taking this foot. And I go, Dad, we're not talking about the foot. We're only talking about the toe. So my dad's like, I'm not going to have any toes. And I go, well, Dad, you're diabetic. That's just what happens. We all have to deal with it, you know. So, and then when I was doing his dressing change yesterday, I noticed that on the next toe to the big toe, uh, there was a little bit of discoloration. So I'm crying on the inside, not crying on the outside. I'm crying on the inside because I know what that means too. Now, I don't know exactly what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. All I know is it needs to be addressed and quickly because I have already expressed to the podiatrist that under no circumstance I want to put my dad back on a PICC line. It was hard for him. It was hard for me and my sister. My sister, when she was here, she was working, and I would take care of my dad from the time he woke up until he went to bed. And then, unfortunately, my sister would take the night shift, which was hard for her because, she's working. She has meetings. So when I know what her schedule was, if she had, let's just say, 4 meetings in one day, I would take care of my dad so she could sleep because she needed to be in her right mind to go to those meetings and not be tired with them. So, some days it was 24 and some days it was not. So it just truly depended on what was going on. So I I don't want another PICC line. It was horrible for everybody. So that puts us in October. Can my dad last that long? Yeah, he can. Unless something really happens and my sister tells me something else. Says something else. Because something happened to his toe and so forth. And that's just something that I might end up having to cut my trip home short to do. And I don't mind doing that. My husband already said he was going to come home. So he's going to come home with me again and spend a couple of weeks more, so we'll at least have the month, which is nice. But I gotta rent the car, and it's like, oh, so much. So, we'll just have to go with the flow on that one. So now we're my main concern right now is I do have that rush to contend with my dad because he's covered from head to toe, and he scratches so much unconsciously because we unconsciously scratch ourselves in the middle of the night to the point where his bedding now has blood on it. His T-shirt, of course, is covered in blood. So it's I feel bad. I just feel bad for my dad that I can't seem to help him. I'm doing the best I can. I'm following everything that the doctors say to do. I I've also took all of your comments and suggestions to do for my dad as well. I have to be careful with my dad because, like I said, my dad has very sensitive skin, so I have to spot check um, his skin before I can apply it to his whole body because certain things will make him break out. So I'm just trying to count my days, basically. As sad as it is, I'm counting my days to get out of here. I really truly need a break. My husband needs a break too. There has been some issues with his mom, and he needs a break. Though it's only 2 weeks, though it's 2 weeks I'm going home, and then he's coming here for 2 weeks. It's still not enough time for us. I miss him dearly. He misses me. I miss my little dog. And, well, my little dog misses me for about 5 minutes. When she sees me, she's all lovey dovey with me. But as soon as my husband gets in the car, I don't exist until it's time for poop duty. So in the middle of the night, when we're in the hotel, middle of the night, she doesn't even bother my husband. She'll come wake me up to say, "Hey, lady, I peed and I pooped in the bathroom," because my little dog is pad um, trained. So she'll wake you up, say, "Hey, you gotta get up. I went to the restroom. Gotta dump it." So I am on duty, poop duty, when I'm with my husband. It's cute because she'll wake up and she'll nuzzle me and everything. I'm thinking she's loving me, but she's nuzzling me to say to get up. So okay, I'm up. I'll do it. Whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. So um, we'll see what happens. Do I really want to cut my trip short? No, not really. Will I do it? Absolutely. It's my dad. We're all gonna do what we're gonna do for my dad. So, for your dad, your parents, your loved ones, you're gonna do everything that I'm doing. If for those of you who have already gone through this, and I do feel bad and sorry for all the ones that have lost their loved ones. I feel for you. You understand the plight that I am going through with my dad and everything that I've gone through and you have gone through, and your suggestions on how to do certain things to help me um, deal with those things. I appreciate. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I can never thank any of you enough to help me with all of this, but I do appreciate every suggestion, comment, prayers that you send because without you, I think I would have lost it a long time ago. I truly, truly believe that I would have lost it a long time ago. And I cannot stress enough on how thankful I am to all of you. I don't know or have met any of you, but I appreciate you because you have helped me through all of this so far. And I truly, truly appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. My heart. I cannot stress enough. So, anyway, back to my dad. So, now we're dealing with his rash, his head to toe rash, and the itchy scratchy show. And we're dealing with a toe that has gangrene. Now, he had the gangrene when he was admitted to a hospital last month in July. They didn't want to deal with that because that was not the issue. That was a minor issue compared to what my dad was going through in a hospital because he was so bad when he was admitted. So dealing with the skin issue was the number one priority. And I get it. I really do. I can't tell if that's the donkeys or if it's the birds. Let's go find out. Oh, my back. All right, let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's the crows. I have 1, 2 crows. Okay, well, it's what it is. So now, the donkeys come here nearly every day. Our neighbors are getting a little bit upset because they're here. And the donkeys primarily come here for the water. I mean, I'm sorry. I love animals. I do. Every animal should have the right to have water. I don't care if you all get upset with me. My neighbors get upset with me. Every animal deserves to have water. And I will continue to fill our fountain, and the bucket that I pulled out. Because every animal deserves to have water. Can't really feed them. I mean, I can. I mean, they'll let you feed them. You can put carrots in your hand and lead them right out of your hand. Would I go out there and try to feed them when there's 16 of them? Hell no. Maybe 3 or 4 of them. Something that's manageable. I'll be more than happy to give them some carrots or, well, they don't really eat lettuce, but, our old overripe bananas, because donkeys will eat the bananas and the peels and all of that. I don't have a problem with that. But I will only go out there if there are only a couple of them, because they will tend to get aggressive. So I will continue to put water for them, because every animal deserves to have water, just like we all deserve to have water if we're thirsty. So enough about the donkeys. They'll be here around 11:30. They usually come around 11:30, 12:30 now, just to have water. Now, when winter comes, we don't see hide or hair of them. The county, I believe, gathers them and puts them up in the mountains. They travel up to the mountains, and by summertime, they are slowly making their way back down here into the community to graze. Because of course, there's green grass. They have plenty of places to graze, and of course, I will continue to have water. They will have water. As long as I'm in this household, they will have water. So, anyway, this video is getting a little too long. I wasn't expecting it to be long, and I do apologize. So, I will do another follow-up after our appointment on Monday. Our video appointment on Monday. And to let you know what he's basically has said. I'm sure he's probably going to tell me the same thing, that I'm doing everything possible for my dad. And I love his doctor. I love his primary doctor. He doesn't talk down to me. He understands, he respects me, and I respect him. He knows that I am a medical assistant, and I've been one for the past 30 some odd years, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. That's the one thing when I'm in hospital or we take me to a new physician and so forth, that they treat you like an idiot. I do tell them I do have medical background, and they just goes through here and right out through there. So when they start talking down to me, that's the biggest mistake any doctor can do to me. I understand what is going on. You can't tell me anything different. I know. I live it. I'm here. You're not here. You could only give me your medical advice and prescriptions. You're not here on a daily basis to see what the patient is going through. So don't talk down to me. So anyway, again, I'm not trying to do a tyrant on the physician, on the medical world, because there are some fabulous doctors out there. There are some great doctors that have great minds that know what they're doing, and and their main goal is to try to help their patients. So I am not picking on the medical world, because I respect the doctors very much. So anyway, so I will let you guys know. My dad, for his toe, I'm sure we're going to get amputated. It's probably going to have to wait until I get back in October and get his foot amputated. His toe, excuse me, not his foot. We're only doing his toe amputated, because I've dealt with his toes for the last 2 years on how to care for them. So I will wait until then. I'll just explain and show my sister how to clean it and dress it and put the bandage on it, how to wrap his foot and so forth, because there's a certain way to do it which makes it so much easier than trying to figure out how to do it. So I will explain all of that to my sister when she's here, and I will continue to post after I'm gone to see my husband, because without you all, I would not even have this channel. And I appreciate you. I appreciate all of the comments, encouragement that you have given, the prayers, the love, everything. Without you all, I think I would have lost it a long time ago. But thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for watching our videos. I'm going to try to see, I'm trying to figure out, I might have to change the camera in my dad's room, or put it in a different angle. But I kind of want to show you a live view on what goes on in my dad's room when he's totally sleeping and I'm not asleep, because I know I only give you guys snippets, 10 minutes snippet on there. But I think if I leave it in the room, I think you guys will be able to see everything that goes through, what my dad goes through and stuff. So I'm looking into that, so at least you guys will get a live view on the night. You know, I won't do it every night. I would just do it one night and everything, and that way you can see and understand what goes on in the mind of a patient that has dementia. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you again for watching the videos, commenting on the videos, your love, your prayers, your encouragement, everything. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you all. You guys have a great day, and we'll do another update soon. Bye.